Sync clap. Alright, do this. What's going on, guys? Maineiacs here. Yeah, so it's been a while. First off, I want to say sorry. Second off, to anybody that happened to subscribe between the last time I actually made a video and now, I also want to say I'm sorry and welcome to the channel if you happen to watch this or whatnot. Basically, some things changed a lot. I know it's been quite a while since I recorded. It's been like 2-3 months almost. Don't remember exactly how long ago it was because I actually should have checked that beforehand, but whatever. First thing that I want to point out is, again, I'm sorry that I haven't been able to record or anything like that, but actually back in October, Janelle and I moved. We finally actually got our own apartment or whatnot, so hopefully the audio, I'm still trying to work the kinks out and whatnot and how I can record. We moved back in October and we moved everything in, whatever, everything was fine, and for whatever reason that day that we were moving, my computer was acting weird and pissing me off like immensely. I have no idea what was wrong with it. There was a bunch of shit going. It kept freaking out, spasming or whatnot. And so I said, fuck it. I'm just going to reset the computer. I haven't done that in a while. It's a good idea to do it kind of like every couple months. I try to at least, just to clean out any crap that's in it. So I do that. And unfortunately, everything was kind of, hurry up when we were moving or whatnot. So I wasn't able to get the computer set up before I disconnected it, moved everything, because it was a whole hassle with moving, and I won't go into that or whatnot. So once we finally got here and we got everything in, I set the computer up, and I didn't have internet for like 2 weeks after I got here because it's a whole process of getting it set up in this apartment. So once I finally got internet, my computer was all set up and ready to go. All I needed was the actual signal. So I went on my computer and I started, updating everything, downloading all the software and stuff that I wanted for it. And my computer was running weird. Yes, it was running fucked up before, but it ran fine. Like, more or less, it's just like the software, I guess you could say, was acting stupid. The computer itself, not like the hardware, everything was running fine. I noticed that my computer was running really, really bogged down. And it was really annoying because it's happened before. Like in the past, I had issues with my computer right after I really built it or whatnot, and that was because I had a setting on the board that was fucked up. That was totally my fault, but it always acted like it was being bogged down. And yes, my computer is old at this point. I'm still running DDR3. It's an i7-4790, which is kind of new, but it's really not a new processor. It's kind of old, and I'm still running a 980 Ti. And I would absolutely love to replace everything and get a new one, but it's like $1,000 to replace everything to get the computer that I want. Because when I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, and I'm going to do it so it lasts for a while. And that's like buying a whole new board. You got to buy a new processor, obviously. And of course, I just released the 8th generation, which is like $400 just for the actual processor, or CPU, excuse me. And then I have to actually get RAM for it, which RAM for DDR4, especially the board that I want to get for it, is really fucking expensive because I need to start with a minimum of 32 gigabytes because Adobe Premiere and basically Adobe Photoshop, and I actually have the whole Adobe suite now, which I haven't even used at all. Literally everything requires a lot of RAM to use it. Anybody that's used those know that you have to have RAM in order to run those programs decently. And yes, it does help with games and stuff like that, but if you have anything less than like 16, Adobe Premiere and Photoshop are like, awful to use, and it sucks. So obviously I have to get all that, and eventually maybe I can do that. But as of right now, when Janelle and I moved, we had to basically get everything. Like, I was kind of starting with nothing. We had like the essentials, my desk and computer and TV and Xboxes and all that stuff, and bed. But when it came to like buying stuff for like the bathroom and the kitchen, we had nothing because we were just kind of starting out. So that took up pretty much all of my financial, and I'm still technically paying on it. Unfortunately, thank God for credit cards. In order to get everything in here, because I wanted us to, once we move, to actually have everything that we need. It wasn't the type of thing where we were gonna, so we can wait a month to get a microwave. No, fuck that. So that's been a long process, and it's still going on to finish paying off for all of that and whatnot, but we're finally here and everything was moved in. So back to what I was saying, because I'm rambling. Once I set my computer up, it was running really bad, and finally I noticed after resetting my computer 3 fucking times, because maybe it was that or something along those lines, my computer was running really warm. And not the computer itself, but the CPU specifically. Now, if anybody's built a computer, you guys know that cooling and whatnot is very, very essential when it comes to the CPU and the board and all of that stuff, and setting up your tower. You know, obviously if stuff gets hot, stuff can burn out, and it fucking basically your whole computer's fucked. So I was doing that, and I noticed that my CPU was running way too hot. Now, yes, again, I basically rebuilt my computer 3 years ago when I got all this stuff. Right after I actually started my channel, I really started getting more stuff, and I apologize for the reflection of my glasses. It's just the lights in the background, but I didn't want to put my contacts in. It was running stupidly hot, and I have a Corsair H100. That's where I'm looking. H100, you know, liquid cooling system, and yeah, it's the original version, but I never had a problem with before then. And I could not figure out why it was running so hot. My computer was running at 90 degrees Celsius, which is, I'm surprised the CPU didn't burn out running that high. And that's very, very high, especially for everything that I have the computer going with. And I have my computer slightly clocked, so it's a little bit higher than, you know, a normal standard computer, I guess you could say, in the regards of what it is. So it's going to obviously draw more heat, all that stuff, voltage, blah, 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 blah. I have no idea how to overclock at all. So I noticed it was running super hot, and I was like, oh fuck. So I completely shut the computer down, and I tore the whole freaking liquid cooling system out. I opened it up. I, you know, redid the paste like 3 times, trying to get it to see, okay, maybe there's air pockets, something like that. Did not work. Did not work at all. I tried that for like a weekend, and I got pissed and basically put the computer back together and said, fuck it. I'm not even going to bother with it. So over the past month, I've actually been contemplating. I'm like, okay, either something really bad happened in the sense that CPU fried or something along those lines, or it's just not working right to the point where it won't cool enough, or my liquid cooling system failed, because it is kind of like this weird, I actually never seen it before. It's this weird milky, it's not white, but it's like a milky clear. It actually looks a lot like baby oil or lube, if you want to go that far. That is what the liquid cooling system is. I'd never actually seen the inside one, no idea what it worked, actually what it was. I thought it was just water. Obviously it's not. It's this water cooling system, but it's not just water. It's like this really thick pasty stuff. So I thought maybe that can work, because there was one time a long time ago, actually probably a year ago, I moved my computer when I moved my desk at my back at my dad's when I used to live there, and my computer was running hot, and it was weird, but I took the actual cooling system off the motherboard and put new goo on it, and when I was doing that, I kind of moved the hose around, and I heard it like the liquid kind of moved back in. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe it got kinked, or maybe it kind of moved and got plugged or whatnot, which isn't supposed to happen. But okay, whatever. I plugged it back in, everything worked fine, never had a problem. But obviously, for somehow, never dropped the computer, never did anything like that. Moving it from my dad's to the apartment, and it was always upright the entire time. I guess maybe slightly leaning sideways in my car. It plugged something. I have no fucking idea. So it was either I replaced everything, which again is like $1,000 minimum, because I'm going to do it right the first time. I'm not going to do it, you know, half-ass and then have to replace the computer in another year. And then, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. I am so terrible. It's been so long since I've done a video. I pulled the computer, you know, obviously it wasn't working right, so I thought, okay, I have to replace everything, or maybe I just have to replace my liquid cooling system, which, yeah, it's $100 for a new one, but because I'm obviously going to go liquid. I can't stand the fan. It's too loud and it's too annoying, and I want liquid cooling system. So I bought another Corsair H100. Granted, it's the version 2, whatever you want to call it. Watch, they'll come out with a version 3 in a month, which is generally my luck. So I bought another one of those, and I actually just put that in today, and my computer seems to be working much better. It's down to like 35, 34, or 40 if it's, you know, running something, which is great. It means my computer is okay. Granted, I still need to replace everything eventually, but my clocking and stuff like that, or not my clocking, but the temperatures are actually staying down where they're supposed to be, which is very, very good, and I'm very happy that I don't have to replace everything right this second. So that's been going on, and obviously work's been crazy or whatnot. I'm still working at the same place, so I don't get home until late or whatnot. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what the hell is going on with me, what the hell is going on with the channel. I do want to come back. I've been having the itch to do videos for months since all of this started, and I've wanted to, and Janelle's been wanting me to, but unfortunately I was kind of in a financial situation where I couldn't actually afford to get the actual new cooling system to even try. I couldn't do it. It just wasn't happening. So I finally managed to kind of get it recently with Christmas and everything, which is really cool. And I just put it in today, like I said, and it seems to be working fine. Now, one thing that does suck, and I've noticed, and I cannot freaking figure it out why. You guys know before, I always like to give you guys the best recordings that I possibly can, which the best thing that I could do before was I could record at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Some games I would have to turn it down because it was optimized badly. But most of the time, I could record a game at 60 frames per second and upload it to you guys. And yeah, it's not everybody can watch 60 frames, but because internet is starting to become a little bit more basic for everybody, a lot of people can. So, but for whatever reason, I have absolutely no idea why, OBS will not let me run at a constant 60 frames per second. I cannot figure it out. If anybody has any ideas, please let me know. For some reason, I can set OBS to record at 60 frames per second, but if I'm like clicked into the program, which if everybody knows, if you're playing a game or if you have a program on Windows itself, you have your taskbar and whatever thing you're, I guess, using at the moment is highlighted in the taskbar, and that's kind of what your computer's drawing all of its power towards, just a little bit extra, just to kind of give it that, because you're using, okay, he's using this specific program. Right now I have Logitech clicked, so it's kind of defaulting that, whatever you want to go with. This is what my primary focus is. That's how the computer sees it. So if I click on OBS and I'm in OBS, my CPU percentage goes way up. Goes up to like 10 for some reason, and that drops the frame rate, and I cannot figure out why. I've tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it, installing old versions, and it will not go back, because I used to run 60 frames per second, no problem. I could run any game at the time. I don't know what games now, but I could run any game that I have, not have any problem, and my CPU would go up to maybe 10% CPU when I was in game and playing, when it was like my computer was going, you know, using everything it had to play the games or whatnot. But now it does that with just OBS open, and I cannot figure out why. 30 frames per second seems to be okay. I haven't actually gone in and checked to play any games on 30 frames per second, but for anything, if I do record anything now, it's gonna be at 1080p 30 frames per second. I apologize, guys, I cannot figure out why. The only thing I can think of is I'm gonna have to eventually, once I replace everything, then I'll be able to go back and run all of that at what the settings that I want, because for instance, I like watching movies in Blu-ray, I like watching movies in 4K. It looks great. I want to see the best quality, and unfortunately I can't give you guys that right now. I still cannot figure out why. I used to be able to do it no problem. Now all of a sudden, even with the new CPU and even with the new temperature, you know, the cooling system or whatnot, OBS still runs really hard on my computer. I cannot figure out why. I'm gonna see if I can use Shadowplay, NVIDIA's Shadowplay, to record, because I actually used to use that before OBS, because OBS used to do the same exact thing to me actually a long time ago. When I first started my channel, I tried using OBS and it did the same thing, so I was like, fuck that, I'm not going to use it. So I started using Shadowplay, and Shadowplay got me through a couple months, if not almost a year. That's all I would use. But the problem with Shadowplay is sometimes some games it won't record in game once you jump in and start, which is stupid, if you guys know what I mean. So if like I start recording at the desktop, like right now, if I started recording with Shadowplay and I jumped into say Soma, sometimes it will auto transition over, okay, you want to record Soma at this time. Yes, that's what I want to do, which is what it should do. But sometimes it'll be, it'll freak, and you can hear the game in the background, but it won't actually record the game. It'll only record the desktop, which is fucking stupid. So the only way around that would be to run the games in windowed version, which I hate. I don't want to play a game and see all my icons in the background. I want to play the game in fucking full screen. I want to play it so I can enjoy it and experience it, and you guys can watch me experience it. Hate that. Don't know why. That's one thing that's nice about OBS, is you can see exactly what is being recorded at the time, but Shadowplay, you can't. The only way you know is after you've gone through and recorded. And I've actually recorded multiple videos during that time. I recorded a lot of videos daily when I used to do it every day, and it would fuck up. I would record a like half-hour video and then go in and see, oh, it's just my desktop with the audio in the background. Cool. Thanks, NVIDIA. It'd be nice if there was like an error or something like that saying, hey, it's kind of still recording just a desktop, just let you know. No, nothing. It doesn't know how to distinguish, which sucks. So, and there was actually videos that I could not do on games because it wouldn't let me record in game. So I don't know. I got to figure something out. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm not financially, no way in hell I can upgrade my computer right now. Not happening, not for a while. but eventually it will. And everything's kind of, I mean, I've got my green screen and everything hooked up. I'm gonna see, you know, how that's gonna work. I don't know if you guys see this video today, that means I was able to get, you know, Premiere and everything set up. But if anybody has any ideas about why OBS would be doing that, please let me know, because I don't know, all of a sudden it started doing that and it's driving me nuts. It's stupid, because I used to be able to record as best as I could on this computer, and now suddenly I can't. Yes, I did uninstall everything and whatnot, but that shouldn't matter. So I have no idea why it's doing that. Everything was working fine before, and then I moved and obviously it got fucked up. So I cannot for the life of me figure out why. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. And yeah, so I apologize for rambling for all this time. Basically, I'm going to try recording. I'm going to see how it goes. If you guys see this video today, maybe that means that I was able to get something. I'm going to try recording, hopefully try to record, no promises, a Max's Big Bust tomorrow, Sunday. And then maybe I would love to stream. I would love to like jump back in and stream for you guys, and, you know, hi and whatnot, and kind of get back into it. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can because if I can barely record, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to stream. So that's a big if in that, but maybe if I can figure something out tomorrow. If you guys have any suggestions about why OBS is being a dick, maybe it'll work. I have no idea. Like I said, it used to work, and then it just it stops. And the reason that I stopped using Shadowplay and went back to OBS is because one day I just said, fuck it, I'm going to download it and see if it works. Worked absolutely no problem, no issues. The CPU was at very low percentage, like 1 or 2, and I have no idea why it started working great for me. I didn't do anything to the computer or anything like that. It's just weird how suddenly one day it started working great, and now all of a sudden, again, it's just cut off and I can't use it at all. So anyway, sorry for the ramble, guys, or whatnot. I just want to explain why it's been such a lapse. I got my computer back so far. Fuck, it could die tonight. I have no idea. But I wanted to give you an update. If I can record more stuff, I will. I promise you guys, I do want to record more stuff. I miss doing it, and hopefully, maybe eventually I can start streaming, because I would like to do it now that we're in our own space. I don't have to worry about when I can and can't stream, because, I mean, it's just Janelle. Granted, yeah, there's people downstairs, but you know, hopefully I won't yell too much. The guy next door, the other apartment, he yells as bad, if not worse than I do, so I'm pretty much set in that regard. Don't have to worry about that. So anyway, to anybody who knew that is subscribed, and I apologize again, guys, that I haven't been able to record anything. I know that I've gained subscribers since basically being on this hiatus, which I didn't actually want to be on a hiatus, and I apologize for anybody that jumped in and joined or whatnot. But unfortunately, it's just been a whole situation that was completely out of my control. And the other thing that sucks about when I had to reset my computer is I lost Windows Movie Maker, which a lot of people are like, why the hell would you want that? Windows Movie Maker was fantastic for somebody like me who records their webcam on the same computer that they're doing like their actual videos and whatnot with, because Logitech webcam software tends to skip every once in a while and the frame rate drops, and once that goes into Premiere, it freaks out and doesn't give you a constant frame rate, and the audio is completely unsynced. So what I used to do is I used to plug the video, my webcam, into Movie Maker and just do a constant bitrate the entire way through. Never had a problem with it. Now, obviously, because Windows pulled Windows Live Essentials, which is what Movie Maker came in, you can't download it anymore. So maybe if anybody has any ideas of where I can actually download a version of Windows Movie Maker, please let me know, because I would fucking love to have it back. The only thing I have is Handbrake, and I stopped using Handbrake because Movie Maker was better, and Handbrake would still sometimes freak out and fuck up the video, and I hate it. But it's the only option I have until I can actually build another computer which can record everything separate aside from me doing the game. If I had just a computer for recording and just a computer for gaming, that's what a lot of professional YouTubers and whatnot use. Obviously, I'm not one of those, but you guys understand what I mean. You know, it's the computer's just based on recording, whereas this one, the one that I have now, is doing recording, gameplay, everything, which sucks. And I've noticed that my webcam skipped a couple times, so I guess I'll see what happens with that. So now for a couple people, I want to apologize to Vitas for letting me know about A Dream of Aaron. I understand. I apologize that I was not able to play it when you released it, and I really thank you big time, because I did see a video, or I did see a post that somebody did, and it actually, you put my name on the thanks, or YouTubers or whatnot. I apologize for not being able to play your game. I don't know if I will be able to, because I actually did try jumping into the game a few minutes ago before I started recording this to see if my OBS would let me, and OBS fucking melted. because the game is going to be, hopefully it's not going to be kind of like Guardian of December where it skipped a lot. I'm hoping it's not that. But if it is, I don't know if I'll be able to play it, and I do apologize. I really do. I have not actually had a chance to play the game yet, but I do have it on my desktop right now. But I don't know if I will be able to, because like I said, OBS was melting practically when I was using it. It was freaking the fuck out. So anyway, thank you guys for checking out the video. Thank you guys for checking out the update. Stick with me. I will try. Really, I will. I want to try making videos again. I miss it. Big time miss it. And Janelle can actually be in the other room and not have to worry about listening to me, and you know, she can play games while I'm in here recording, because I actually have like an office now, sort of. Thank you all for checking out the video. I apologize for the long update and long rambling, but I wanted to explain myself and why, and I didn't just want to just up and vanish and not do any more videos, because I still do. I still really do. I miss it. But anyway, thank you guys for checking out the video, and I will see you guys next time. Maineiacs out.